Hello there, fellow residents of the Toxic Forest. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Rimworld, the Boundless Witch. Episode 42. We apparently hate shuttle crews. A mad fluffalope. Alright, if we have a mad fluffalope at the south, let's go ahead and change the animal zoning to be behind the walls, or actually into the ranch, and then everyone else behind the walls, because I don't really want to have to kill a fluffalope. And it's not even pathing towards us, so it should be fine. It's going to leave us alone. Now, the other thing we're trying to aim for the throne room is an impressiveness of, like, 120? Which is kind of a long way off from where we're at right now. But I will add columns and try to make the room more impressive incrementally. I know it's gonna be a lot to get us there. Another thing we could start to do is to get fine floors going, because that will move the needle quite quickly, I think. More so than almost any other thing that we could do. The issue with that is we don't have... So it would make the most sense to work in granite because we live in a granite mountain, but I actually don't have a ton of granite at the moment. So if we did, let's assume all of this is fine floored, we need about 1,600, which is like twice the amount of slate that I have at the moment. The other thing I could do is once the fluffalope is done going berserk or whatever, I can set everything on this map tile to haul, and we can just cut all the openly, freely available stone. Because the pet hauling will bring those over to the stone cutting zone. Would deep drilling be worth it? So the problem with deep drilling is it's just asking... Deep drilling would be worth it if we needed insect meat for a ghoul's diet. But apart from that, yeah, probably not. Because all it's going to do is probably cause more trouble. The other thing we could do in this rec room is do billiards. Yeah, I get that I just blocked any possibility of having a decent billiards. But do billiards and poker. And see if that will move the needle. And I can always just arrange the tables to accommodate it better. Because I have a construction of 20. I'm a legendary master at 29999. If we can make something nice, which will manage it. Something like that. These would have been good to incorporate jade into. Let's make these out of slate. And see if that will help move the needle. I mean, they're really labor-intensive projects, but, you know, the nicer the room, the better. And then I would love to have dex play that isn't like a wooden horseshoe pin outside. Because that's not exactly the... efficient way to get your dexterity play. Alright, how's our gas mask situation looking? So, full. So everyone has a gas mask. So we'll need one more once you joins. But at least that requirement's been mostly met, which is great. Okay. Resistance broken. Next conversation is a join. Yes. So, I had mentioned that, if we wanted to get a ghoul, amassing meat is going to be necessary. And, we are in the middle of Infestation, And there's a possibility to turn this a lot into the meat. I mean, for me, I'm just planning on, like, trying to defend against the infestation best I can. Oof, they did not spawn in a very good spot. They spawned, like, directly where I want to throw a Molotov. More I'm going to send you as backup. Because as soon as that door is open, they're going to get ornery. That might be enough to shut them down. The fire will spread back. But I want backup just in case. And Witch is still working on the billiards table. I mean, she doesn't need to eat or sleep, so she just works until it's done. It is 110C in there already. These things are definitely going to get too hot really quick. I wanted to there we go. I wanted to like, so in firing on them, I dragged them through the fire and now they're all burning. So it was a little risky, but it's going to massively increase the speed at which they die, I think. Yeah. The initial ones just burned up. And then have Moro shoot as Fang-Face like lures. It's a pretty good combo. One thing I could do to improve this is to widen the tunnel. Well, actually, I wouldn't want the tunnel wider, but shifting the tunnel over one tile so that we can shoot, or moving the door here would be smarter. Maybe I'll just do that right now. So that we can shoot down the hallway more effectively. The other thing is that Fluffalope is done being angry, so I can unrestrict the remaining pawns. So we'll make some improvements to this, like, trap design. Funny how you can put a door on a wall, but not a wall on a door. Oh, God, you weren't even in the room. Come on, Moro. Or, come on, Fang-Face. How are we looking? Heat stroke only minor? Oh, well, that one's down. That one's down. Okay. I'm breaking down the door and finishing them off. Yo, Omu, why are you coming in here? It's on the other map tile, so I don't need to worry. And these bugs are not considered animals, so killing them is not like a crime as far as our ideology goes. Alright, choke pests. Skullick. We'll have fun. Alright, Moro, go get some R&R. But there we go. Actually, haul the insect jelly back. Please don't have them on. You know what? Eat some of it. You're worth it. Did that help? Not really. It's mostly bladder hygiene. Whatever. Fang, you got a little burned. And then Witch, you must have finished. Yes, an excellent billiards table. Perfect. So the room is still at 110. It didn't really go up as a result of the fact that it takes up more room. But attempts were made. And here, Yu's gonna join. And that means this is going to be for colonists. This is going to be assigned to you. You actually could probably sleep in this room and not have any penalties. And then, of course, the giveaway timer for it is up. Yep, that's still a proper bedroom. What? Okay. Are you... This is hilarious. 2 raiders, choke pests, and Juanis, and I think they're hostile to one another, so they're just gonna shank each other, and it's not my problem. I love it! Fights for my amusement. We did it! We beat the bad guys! Ah, silly. Alright, let's do some scheduling. So you are gonna get... Whoops, that's sleep. Rec time, sleep time. Assignments. As far as work goes... I mean, you're a child, so guess what? You get to be on cleaning duty. And then maybe it makes sense to rank order the colonists in terms of age. So we're roughly in a, age order now. But that's so that I can quickly at a glance tell like who's the most vulnerable, because the further you are to the right, the hypothetically the more vulnerable you are. All right, let's do an occupancy check for this public bathroom. It's nicer to have a public bathroom closer. I know it doesn't have a bathtub. That's something we can add in later. This wasn't never supposed to be a bathroom, but having to run from here to there to go to the bathroom is kind of far. So I like that new change. Another busted shuttle. Well, we kind of know how these go. There's 2 citizens that need to be helped. And... I intend to try to do it. So, new priorities. Help shuttle and tend to colony needs. Do a prediction? Oh god. Alright, fine. Will the shuttle quest succeed? Two minutes to predict. So I'll accept it once I trade with the tribes here. And then if I wanted to really succeed, there's a few things there's some things I could do to like help out in that regard, which I'll initiate here in a minute. Once I know where the landing zone is. It also looks like our farm's ready, so which needs to tend to that. Okay. Insect jelly I'm going to sell for the silver. Bird skin I'm going to sell. Cloth I'm going to hold on to. All of the worn out masks I'll sell. And worn out clothing. That's not a bad haul of silver. I like it. Therian Dragos, thank you for the resub. So we have 12 hours to initiate this. It's 8 in the morning. And let's trigger it. Now, I'm going to accept it for honor. So here comes the busted shuttle. Oh, good lord. You landed on one of my cherished animals. I hate adults. So what I was going to do here is take this seriously in that I'm going to be moving turrets into the area, because I know my colonists aren't exactly like crack shots. So Fangface, go get your gun again. And then congrats to Azaroon. You are now the youngest member. And then Witch and Joker and Sky, you're gonna go grab turrets to move into position. Well, how did you guys predict? Oh god. How many are you guessing against me? I don't even want to know. I won't look until it's done. But that extra honor will help us to push towards the next rank, if I could do it. To go from Acolyte to Knight. And Knight is a big deal because then you can start trading with the Empire. Whereas an Acolyte cannot. They aren't high enough level. On top of that, the components and the shuttle engine are like a big reason why I wanted to do this. Because the shuttle engine itself is worth a ton. Arkwolf, thank you for the resub. Alright, your mood is not great. That's another thing, is now that she's 18, it might make sense to try to get, like, Psychoid and Hops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rally Fangface, Moro, and Witch. Oh, shoot. I am not in a position. Okay, we know how this is going to end, because I had just walked away. Hey, Phoenix. Okay, so another thing I could do is animals. You are... I looked away for a moment. You are released to try to go attack. Fausta, show me what you got. Oh god, they're frag grenading. Never mind. We're so doomed. You're a Neanderthal? Oh wow, that is a face only a mother could love. She's alive! Wow, you're Silink 6? Wait, hold on. You know Berserk and Vertigo Pulse and Berserk Pulse. At this point, like, I can't help but just think you had no intention of surviving. But yeah, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong there. Did I even get... I think they destroyed the shuttle, right? Oh no, we apparently are hauling the shuttle engine with Joker. Good job, Joker! Tending to what mattered most. Now, I'm not exactly, at the moment, in a position for, what I was trying to say, to keep ghouls. So I'm not going to bother trying to, like, preserve the corpses or anything for that purpose. Easy points, right? Yeah, it's a tradition. The no's have it. Ouch. Maybe don't shoot me in the spine. But I don't really understand... Oh, they're hauling. I get it now. Alright, well that was an epic fail. And entirely my fault. don't like when the shuttle quests arrive like at edge of map tile, because you just don't have enough time to really do much, especially given the layout of my map. It's such a twisting, long distance trek out to anywhere that matters. Okay, and then this one. So it's all got cleaned up, and like they low-key hate me, but you know, we'll just have to be extra careful. I keep saying that, but it's only gonna get worse. And she took a shot in the spine. Lovely. All right, who is butchering? Moro? So, one thing that we could do is to butcher the bugs and then not process the insect meat. So that when we do get a ghoul, we have some built-up food. Because I can make my chem fuel out of wood. Because we are not tree huggers, we can cut down trees, that's not a problem. Okay, good. And I was hoping that Witch would tend to the farm because it was long overdue. And I was kind of worried that it was going to cause some issues if we hadn't. So the infestation insects are cleaned up. Which is making sure that everyone stays fed. And I've failed my, like, 3rd shuttle quest in a row. As is tradition. Yeah, at least I'm consistent. So now that we have Azaroon joining us, as soon as I can spend a little bit more time making that poker table, I'll go ahead and do the Ascension quest. Does the spine hit have any lasting effects? No. It's not a permanent injury. I'm going to tell the colonists to do more. Why are we... Oh, this is my fault. Colonists avoid corpses. And the corpses will be hauled by our pets. I think if we ultimately want ghouls, we'll need to keep a external freezer that isn't pathed by our colonists, because none of the colonists want to see dead bodies. So there is some preparation to be done about that, but I'm right now more concerned about the immediate needs of like food and clothing. I don't care about long-term planning, as I've made that pretty clear. I am going to make one cochlear implant for Moro's sake. Because body might have frustrated, you can turn that around for huge mood gain by doing very little. So I think that makes sense. We're still trying to fix the bug box. Yep, just a lot of irons in the fire. And a colony full of children don't really work all that quick. So, keep making that poker table. Don't worry about the defensive anything. So she's all healed up. Once we have this poker table, I will put some stools around it. Actually, let's get rid of this stool, and I'll just do slate stools, so it all matches. And then that way we can get rid of the old chess table, assuming this is higher quality, which it ought to be. Yeah. So the rec power of this is 161. The rec power of this is like 112. So yeah, we are now moving up to poker. Teaching a bunch of kids poker. Yep, that's what we do here. And the throne room has nearly hit its 120 impressive goal. Not quite there yet. I might do a little bit of fine flooring. Just like a tiny bit to move the needle. But yeah, it's going to be hard to you know, provide the level of impressiveness that they've come to expect. Okay, which is... Let's just force this. There's still, like, good wood floors here, which is crazy. Because we didn't all burn. I'm actually surprised. Juanis, prepare a while. All Edekin appear to be children. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. 9, 10, 10, 11, 13, 11, 11. Animals. Go to the ranch. Everyone but Witch. Get behind the walls. Well, this is an interesting development, to say the least. Best thing I can do here is to have the children die and it not be my fault. AKA turrets, not my own guns. So Fangface and Moro quickly set the last two turrets that I own into the kill box. Yeah, I don't have a lot of traps, but yeah, obviously we could send them through the traps as well. So there's, what, 7 of them? And a lot of these are like long-range weapons that are not particularly good at taking down turrets. Unfortunately, I don't have a shield belt. I would really love one. The other thing I could do is to try to light the entryway on fire with an incendiary launcher. And Klein, thank you for the resub. So that's food for thought as well. Fang. Call the Balkans trader. So there's all the insect meat. Wow, they're selling like cheap insect meat. That's like kind of tempting to buy, although I won't be able to haul it in a reasonable amount of time because I just lost access to the outside at the moment. But that's really enticing. Yeah, there's really nothing else for me to buy here, I don't think. Nothing stands out. Alright, let's put the red warning lights on and prepare for children raiders. So killing children comes with like some mood penalties. And it would also probably be in my best interest to try to capture as many as I can, you know, to expand our population. The caveat here is I don't have a lot of extra space to grow stuff. So if I did grow my population, I would then need to subsequently expand my farming operations or suffer the consequence of starvation, which doesn't sound very good to me. So, if we do end up adding any prisoners, we have to keep that in mind, that they require food and bedding and all the, you know, all those types of things. So it's rough. Yeah, and there's like larger trees around here that we could tap. Like there's this one that we could tap as a farm. That'd be a good corn farm. It wouldn't require a lot of foot traffic. These are kind of smaller. There's these dual trees, or we could just start cleaning up the map tile. Because there is fertile soil around here a little bit. And we can clean up where there is fertile soil, clean up the pollution, relocate it to the Pollux trees, and then farm in those locations. So that's also an opportunity as well. Alright, here we go. Let's get that smelter off during the fight. I'm going to have Witch, Moro, and Fangface head towards the fight, but only get involved if we really, really need to. Because I'd rather not be present for the children death. Yo, Fang, just turn that off. Silent Rider is wandering into the kill box with dementia. Oh, joy. Who's punching? Oh, Kinul. Deciding to punch his way in. Vermeer, take better cover. Well, Silent Rider is still pretty dangerous, even with dementia. And they're fleeing. Children are not hard to kill. Who is alive? No one. They're all downed. Well, we got a whole bunch of weapons, I guess. I'm gonna put... So I'm gonna keep all of the colonists on staying behind the walls, so that the corpses can be tidied up by our pets. There's also a possibility that this... Well, you're drill armed with a mining of 0. That's just cruel. There's a possibility that that one collapses and is capturable, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. How are you already rotting? The hell? Oh, because you had toxic buildup. Oh, and Vermeer, you can go... Ah, you got shot in the head. Go to sleep. So once Witch tends to some of the farming stuff, we do have a throne room at 113. And I will, I'll do the Acolyte Ascension pretty soon. Come on, pets. Is there not... There's space here. Pet hauling. There's no reason for them not to put them here. So I don't know what's taking so long to move these corpses. But yeah, I essentially don't want to see the corpses with any of my colonists if I can help it. Oh, yeah, you did not walk out, did you? Not even close. Yeah, I didn't notice that they were down until too late. So not too hard of a fight, but like, it would have been nicer if I could have captured one. It just didn't play out that way. Okay, we're floored there. So we'll finish the floors in here sometime today and then trigger that Acolyte. What is going on with the pet hauling here? Why aren't we hauling these corpses anywhere? Alright, Azaroon, I have a task for you. You were going to stand here and throw a Molotov into a cave. Oh, okay, Blazing Rock's doing it. And Silent Rider is demented again. Oh god. Doc, run! A lot of the weapons that came from the Children Raiders were... Oh, that sucks. Were bio-coded, so they're not particularly useful. Like the assault rifle and the chain shotgun were both bio-coded. So we're going to need to just smelt them down. Yeah, this droner sucks. I'll probably wait for the droner to elapse because I don't want the bestowers to have any, like, mental break consequences. So all the colonists are now going to be on avoiding corpses. That allows Witch to repair Vermeer. And Moro's in a daze, so yeah, it's going to be a minute before we are able to do the ascent again. No surprise. We aren't smelting. Okay, so let's do smelting weapons. And this will be renamed bio-coded. And the sniper rifles can be... I don't know why they're not being stored here, but they could be stored elsewhere. And Witch, you are in a bad mood. You know, it's entirely reasonable for you to go take a break. This droner is not doing me any favors. And one of the other problems is I don't have, like, rec drugs. So that's going to be another thing to do, is, like, we'll need to expand our colony's food production, and also probably recreation drugs as well, just for security. For, mental stability reasons. And there goes Fangface. And Witch is probably about to... That's about to happen again. So Witch, take a break. One of the issues with, like, not ever needing to eat or sleep, having comfort needs... Yep, she's in a daze. Is that, eating, sleeping, and comfort are, like, all things that will help with mood, if they're tended to. So body mastery people have, like, a lower mood positive ceiling as a result. You know, it'd be funny, because another one of the psycasts at level 2 is Word of Joy. I could, hypothetically, or Word of Joy. There's 4 options for me to have a level 2 psycast. And so, yeah, all of the elders being a relative term in the colony, are now mental broken. Alright, the droner ended, so things will get better soon. We're building up a pretty decent supply of cut stone if we want to make art or find floors or something like that. Dag, thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate it. And cheers. I'm gonna have 2 shelves here with purpose, with textiles on it. Just make it a little bit easier to make clothing. And we'll put the art bench back and the smithy back, and they also link to the tool cabinets. Obviously, it would be better if the shelves were over here and not here, so I had more room. So I'll relocate these as well, and then move the trade beacon to an appropriate spot. Like a central. Ah, well, I might need 2. We will see. I could set it up so they only need the 1 once it's done. So, Morrow and Witch, we're just waiting on you. This is where the pets can haul to, yeah, and then eventually the stuff goes here. I don't want the pets coming in here for like filth reasons. It's not about personhood. Wow, that's a swing. Psychic droner to psychic soother. The game was like, oh yeah, sorry, we were mean. Apologies. It's like, yeah, you were. Could you just not do it in the first place? That'd be great. And now just waiting on Witch. She doesn't get a lot of downtime, so having Catharsis is going to be kind of nice. She's definitely by far the busiest person in the colony, so having her have some R&R is not like a terrible thing. God, look at those moods. The cathartic swing. Thank you for tuning in to the Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel, and all the people that turned out to the marathon. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow orphans in the orphanage.